with 3.5 minutes to go. Time is running out. Petrofulin is, well, it was 6 tenths last time. It's down to 5 tenths now as this fight intensifies across the first 4, if not 5 cars, as they all head into that turn 1 once again. Now it's on the exit of turn 1 and going into turn 2, where Mike Halder tried to have a go last time on Niels Langefeld. He certainly gets close enough again, but actually Langefeld is aware of it and to take it was there that Langefeld had left almost half a door open, and that was what Halder was intent on trying to go through. Vankmuller in car number 11 is behind the car of Theo Colquois, and with various bits of the bodywork hanging off the back of that car, might receive a black and orange flag. Might actually be called into the pit lane, I would think, but then we only have 2.5 minutes of this race left. But you can see significant damage to the back of the Vankmuller car, and that could be deemed to be dangerous. Sure enough, that is flapping about like it's just going to come off very, very soon. There is Benjamin Leuchter then trying to desperately get on terms with Harold Prochik. Margin between them is about a second and a bit. And we only have just under 2 minutes of this race left. A mistake there from Niels Langefeld means he goes from P2 to P3. Engstler trying to take advantage of Langefeld's misfortune as well. Now, did Langefeld just run wide, or was that provoked? Hopefully we'll get a replay of that overtake. But certainly Mike Halder had really put the pressure on Niels Langefeld, and you can see that Halder has got the pace now, and Langefeld perhaps is struggling for pace because Luca Engstler is all over the back of the Audi now. With only a minute of the race remaining, can Halder get on terms and try and find a way past Petrofulin? I really think this might be a bit of a big ask. So here it is then. Yes, there was Halder muscled his way through on the inside, and Langefeld will feel that let's see it from being on board with Mike Halder. This will give us even better. Well, there was half a door left open, and Halder went for it. Car number 11, we saw the Luc Vankmuller car with all that damage. That's been given the black and orange flag. Niels Langefeld then, well, you can see he really had to pile on the steering to try and control the car following the little tap from Mike Halder. So the order is Petrofulin, Mike Halder, Niels Langefeld. Suspect that this, now the clock has gone to 0, may well be considered to be the last lap. Out is the Justin Halberman car, the Team Engstler number 77 machine. No, we're going to do one more lap, so there is another lap to come after this one, and Mike Halder then will feel that he has got perhaps just enough time to get on to Petrofulin. And sure enough, they are virtually welded together now, as Halder, with the incredible pace of that Honda, is right on the back of the number 2 car now. So Petrofulin is going to have to make that car as wide as possible. Some debris laying across the exit of that chicane. This track featuring 14 turns, 7 left, 7 right. It was 3 tenths between the two of them. It remains 3 tenths, but we can see that Halder is marginally quicker than Petrofulin, but it's all very well being quicker. Now, the instant between car number 14 and car number 7, which was Mike Halder getting past Niels Langefeld, is under investigation. This now becomes the last lap in this foreshortened ADAC TCR race. Petrofulin leads from Mike Halder, who's under investigation for the way he got past Niels Langefeld, who is P3. Luca Engstler is P4. Here comes Halder then, having a go at Petrofulin. And with a little tap now, the outside is not the place to be. Petrofulin will have the inside for this turn because... Oh, but he runs wide, and that gives Halder the opportunity to get the switch back. So again, I would love to see a replay of that because I suspect that there was a bit of a touch between Halder and Petrofulin in the first part of the overtake, which was on the exit of turn number 2. Right, here we can see it again, and from this camera angle, it's difficult to tell whether... No, I think that Petrofulin just ran wide, but of course you run wide on that exit because it gives you the inside line for this turn. However, carrying so much speed, Halder set that up really rather perfectly. Bear in mind, he is still... No, he's not under investigation now. They're considering that this overtake from Mike Halder requires no further action. So, Mike Halder is the leader. Petrofulin is P2, Niels Langerfeld is P3 as they head towards the checkered flag then. From a DNF yesterday, Mike Halder takes the win today. P2, Petrofulin, and P3 is Niels Langerfeld. So the rest of the cars scream across to take the checkered flag. Far fewer cars finishing than we expected following that incident right at the start of the race before even one lap had been completed. So Mike Halder then the winner. And there waves to the appreciative and big crowd here. And this from Mike Halder then, and sure enough it was a completely, totally clean pass. But this pass, the pass wasn't done at this point because Petrofulin still had the inside line. But it's now that Mike Halder, late on the brakes, dives to the inside and got that switchback position and confirmed his race lead. So very, very good driving from Mike Halder indeed. His previous overtake on Niels Langerfeld, which was perhaps a little bit more physical, was investigated by race control, but deemed to be okay. So the result will stand, and Mike Halder will stand on the top step of the podium. Benjamin Leuchter, as you can see, confirmed there, takes P7 right from the back of the grid.